Welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you guys for joining me. So it's literally the day after the Europa League game. Literally, we lost the game, but no one seems secure because we still gone through. We still went through despite the fact that we lost the game. No one seems secure. I'm quite worried because I've seen something that I'm not sure most people see, but I definitely saw something that I didn't like. And it's now on a consecutive basis that I've seen the same thing. And that issue is us not playing too well against a team when they go to 10 man down. Big up Randy Viper, jump in the house as fast as possible. I told you Man United would win. Yeah. You said Manchester United will win. Big up Sekaya. Big up Sekaya. Big up. I'm really surprised that AC Milan didn't really step in the next gear. They failed to step in the next gear, but Manchester United deservedly won the game. Arsenal, very good job for us. It now boils down to what we can do. But guess what? We know exactly what's going to happen. We know where we stand in regards to the European League. Now, guess what? We have to move right over back to the Premier League because that is where our bread and butter is right now. Well, not well. It is next in line. So we have to take it in accordance to how important it is. Guess what? We're playing West Ham, and I know many Arsenal fans. Many Arsenal fans are relatively not paying the game any mind. Before I go any further, big up, bro. Big up. Thank you, bro. Big up. All right. So before I go into anything, what I want to talk about is when I did the preview for the Arsenal versus Olympiacos second leg game, I told people, I said in my preview that I will not take that game lightly because of we are playing. We are likely to fluff our lines and give away the game. No, Mikel Arteta didn't went out with a solidly strong team. He tweaked a few things. Party was on the bench, which means that he benched a few of our better players. Now the problem with that is we saw what happened. Nervy ending to the final stages of the game. And now I'm seeing a repetition of us not playing well against team when they go to 10 man down. I'm hoping that is something that can be rectified in the foreseeable future. Now, I have a few insights. I would definitely want to read it to you guys. Big up Delano for jumping in the chat. Big up, bro. I'm glad that you're here. Really glad that you're here. Hopefully we can have a good show. I'm gonna have a guest on the show today. His name is Lucas Life. He has his own football channel as well. Another guest. Since I've recently having a lot of guests on my show. I like it. I like the conversations. I like talking to other fans, especially Arsenal fans, see their point of view. But what I want you guys to know is that not all guests that will come on my show are gonna be how should I put it now? As chirpy as I am, as always okay as I am, because many of them are Arteta out. many of my Arsenal friends are Arteta out, like Delan himself. But we share a common love, which is Arsenal. We all love Arsenal. We have to respect that. We have to respect that about each other because we share that common love. Now, going forward now, I see this is a critical game into our building phase in the Premier League because we have to do something with the Premier League. We can't prioritize, as I've consistently saying that we can't prioritize that the Europa League has something more than what the Premier League has. So we have to create a balance between both Europa League and both Premier League. So there has to be a balance. Both Europa League and Premier League must create a balance where we don't want to enter in the mindset into certain games with the mindset that the football is not the match is not important. It's not any significance. So we don't have to exert as much energy as possible. So guys, I'm going to bring on my next guest, on the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thanks for having
Guys,
me on.
this is my guest Lucas Live. He has his own channel as well. You can go and check it out. This is Lucas Live. Great Arsenal fan. Great content as well. Let's get into how things are gonna go. But first, I've never done this before, so I've done many different challenges. So tell me about yourself. Like, how did you come about supporting Arsenal Football Club?
Well, basically, I became an Arsenal fan, obviously, in 2006. And how it started, because I never used to like football back in the day. And I used to be like, I used to like other stuff like animate stuff and stuff like that. But no, friends of mine who I knew obviously got me into football, and they got me into, I used to live with neighbours and all that stuff, and they got me into Arsenal. And they actually kind of persuaded me and got me into football. So I learned about the history quite quick. And but no, I liked Arsenal, I liked the history, because obviously because Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Vieira, the Invincible days, good old days before the Cronkies came. So no, I liked it and all that stuff, and that's why I support Arsenal Football Club, and I like doing content about it, and that's about it.
Yeah. All right. So guys, that is how he became an Arsenal fan. Well,
pretty much.
How did I've never tell my viewers this. How did I became an Arsenal fan? I'm going to talk it now. When I was younger, my uncle, which was a Manchester United fan, I think it was about 2001. There about 2001. My uncle, which was a Manchester United fan, he was watching the game. I was young, and he said, in Jamaican layman terms, he said, "Come here, boy, come watch football." And just as though I sit there beside him and watching the television, boom. Okay, big up Delano. Delano said he just subscribe to your channel, Lucas. Like, big up. Thank you very much. Very supportive channel I have here. All my supporters, my viewers are very supportive. He said, and just as though I sit there, right in the middle of me taking a comfortable seat, I see Thierry Henry hit the back of the net against Manchester United, and I was like, "Who was that?" That was my first question. Who was that? And he said, and I said, "Okay, fine. I'm saying, let me see how these guys operate." Then no, when I was watching them, I said, "Okay, I'm watching Arsenal play some nice football." I was young. I was like about 10 years of age, about that. No, not so old. I was so old, but I didn't have the full essence of what football is about. But I did enjoy that particular time, and so since then I've been watching Thierry Henry, and then because of Thierry Henry, I fall in love with Arsenal, and I also support France as the national team. Second to my own national team, but France is a team that I definitely support as national team. It's all because of Thierry Henry why I support France actually. But let's get into what we're here for, which is West Ham versus Arsenal. The preview. Let us see how this one goes. But first, let me get into the comment section because so many people are here. Sekaya is here as well. Randy Viper, Delano. Delano smiling and said, we also respect each other as well, because Delano is also an Arteta out massive, but we respect each other. We always talk. Great guy, very good guy. So big up official games. Big up official one games. Big up, bro. West Ham is going to be tricky. I agree. No, with West Ham, what I think West Ham might do to us is they're gonna try their best to use physicality. They're gonna implement the physical aspect of this game, and that is why I love that we have become a really solid team in regards to the physical aspect. And we might hate players like Xhaka, but players like Xhaka ain't afraid to grab someone in their neck to show them that we're not here to play, we're here to win games. But there's so much to it as to be fair. So look, tell me what you think about the game. Let me get tell me what you think Mikel Arteta would bring to this game. Not start line, but what do you think Mikel Arteta may implement in this game?
My thoughts going into this West Ham game, I think it's very important. And what we touched on my channel was that, yes, I know it's not very important, but we've got the Europa League, and obviously the draw was made today, and it was quite good for Arsenal. But going into this game, I'm kind of confident going into this game, and it all depends. Like we saw it last night in the Olympiacos game that Martinelli came on, and I feel Martinelli deserves a spot. We know as Arsenal fans, we're crying out to see Martinelli start. He every time when he comes on, he puts 110%. He wants to play for that badge. He's such a young potential player who can become a world-class superstar. And Martinelli's already established that. So for me, it all depends what Arteta sets there. It all depends. Like might maybe have a little bit of rotation because we've played so many games in the week. The games are kind of thick and fast. West Ham this season, I've been very impressive how West Ham. I wasn't expecting West Ham to have a really, really good season. I expected them to finish mid-table, but fair play to David Moyes, credit to him, to them, and I can see us going into this game with confidence. And like we beat Tottenham, we beat Olympiacos in the first leg. Yeah, I know we lost the second leg, but still technically Tottenham are out, which is good. But I think we'll beat West Ham. I genuinely think we will beat West Ham United. I think we can go into this game with no fear. Yes, it's going to be a difficult game. My only worry is what I told you on my channel is that the midfield battle I'm kind of worried about with the whole Declan Rice, Thomas Partey situation. That is my only issue with West Ham. And Jesse Lingard, yes, he's on good form. And yes, I know West Ham have had a couple of silly results and all that stuff, but they're still on good form. And they're still in a decent position. This is their game in hand. And if they win, I think they're like 5 points off Chelsea or something like that.
Yeah,
so
they're really, really close. They're getting really, really close on the top on the top end of the table. So what I'm going to do, guys, I always do this for my previews. I give you a bit of insight into the game, like a build-up story. These are not normal nice read, and these normally tell a tale about what is likely to happen in the game. So I'm going to run through 3 of them. Won't go to in everything, but West Ham have won just 3 of 24 Premier League home games against Arsenal. They drew 8 and lose 13. So they have only won 3. That signifies something, that we have been dominant against them even at their home for the longest time period. The Gunners are the only side the Hammers have won as many as 2 more games away games as they have won home game, that which is 3. So they have poor record against us, home and away. So significantly, that is telling me that the mental fragility that they have against us can prevail in our favor for this game. So Arsenal have completed the league double over West Ham on 11 previous occasions, more than they have against any other side in the competition. That alone can tell you what the predictions are. Those betting games, all the odds are in favor of Arsenal. Now, I will address that secondly after I read the final point. West Ham have lost more Premier League games against Arsenal than they have versus any other side in the competition, which is 32. Meanwhile, Arsenal have won more Premier League away games against West Ham than they have against any other side, which is 13. And these are great statistics in favor of Arsenal. These statistics kind of bolster our feeling about the game, bolster our confidence about the game. Because if you're Arsenal, and in 11 previous occasions we have done the league double. That is basically 11 seasons. It's been 11 seasons now since we have doing the league double against them, which means that we're not expected to lose this game. But the problem now is that this season is such a weird season that results, players Burnley beating Liverpool, Sheffield United have won a game until they meet Manchester United, who's on the top of the table. This season is a very vicarious season where anything is likely to happen. But what I want from this Arsenal team is to keep that dominance, keep that history. We want to build new history. We want to build fresh history. We have to keep this thing. We have to keep it in a sense in which we understand that we're going to the right path. We have seen, we have taken a turn since we played against Chelsea. We have been up and want to keep on that path, because that is the only part that we can stay on, which is showing that we are progressing and which is on the up. So tell me what you think about us dominating West Ham for over 11 seasons now. What do you think could be the decider in us meeting them at their home again this time, Luca?
Is this about the West Ham game? Yeah.
11 previous season, what the league double over
You
there.
know what I thought? You know what I thought? When I look at that stat, it looks really, really impressive. And the thing is, I think Arsenal completing the double over West Ham is really, really good, and we've got a very, very good tracking record against West Ham. And yes, I think it's going to be a really, really difficult game, as I touched on. See, you've got the Premier League table up right now. West Ham are in fifth, 48 points. We're 10th with 41 points. So if we can get a win against West Ham, we're only 4 points off. 4 points. Yeah, top four is gone. But the thing is, we can try and get the Europa League spot again. We can try and get European football. And yes, as a football club, we don't want Europa League. We want Champions League football, but we're not getting Champions League football. So would you accept Arsenal getting Europa League this season if they chase the last minute fifth or sixth? Because you've seen Liverpool starting to pick on a little bit of good form away from home. You've seen Everton have won the last 3 games. Tottenham, they're probably not going to get it. Aston Villa, they'll probably finish around 8th, 9th, which is a pretty good, decent season for a club like Villa. But going into this game, it's massive for Arsenal. Like, literally, it's nothing like major important because we know what's important, literally. But winning that game, we have to rely on other results because...
Yeah, and going further, definitely. So I'm going to run through some of the comments. Gordon said, big up military. Thank you, bro, for joining. Then I said, I think we will beat them 3-1. That is very, very confident of you. Then I said, I don't want Abba to start. An official game, he said, I'll go for a 3-4-1-2. So first, let me address these comments. I want you to start on this comment, Luca. He said he don't want Abba to start. What do you think about that?
You know what? People can criticise, and I was saying this on a channel last night called Stephen Featley TV. Massive shout out to him. Obviously, subscribe to his channel. He's getting very close to 800 subscribers. His channel's growing every day. But no, my thoughts on Aubameyang. I think people are being a little bit harsh on Aubameyang, and I am a little bit as well. I just think, yes, we do criticise this player. And I love Aubameyang, don't get me wrong. Before he signed that contract, I did think he weren't going to sign that deal. I was one of those negative fans where I thought he weren't going to sign that deal. And yes, I know people saw that because we won the FA Cup. But getting on to that, I think we should start Aubameyang because, yes, it might not be as an important game, but Arsenal will look into that game thinking, you know what, yes, I know they've got the Europa League on their eyes, and we've seen the draw today. We've got more chance of getting into the final than climbing up the table. But getting onto the Aubameyang saga, yes, we saw last night in the Olympiacos game he's missed those kind of chances. And do we kind of know, because we don't know what's going behind the scenes, we would only know what's happening by when they tell us. But the thing is, those chances what he missed last night, is that why people actually think that why he should not be starting that game? Because Aubameyang missing those chances against Olympiacos last night, it's like you rectify and thinking, right, is he actually doing owe me back to Mikel Arteta? Because Arteta dropped him on Sunday, and I do think Arteta did the right thing on Sunday, and I think we haven't seen something like this for a very long time since an Arsenal manager's actually come in, maybe for example like George Graham dropping players. And if Arsene Wenger was here, would he actually drop someone like that? Who knows?
Yeah.
But starting Aubameyang, I think he should start on Sunday. He's our leading goal scorer at the moment. I think, yes, I know he's not had the greatest season, but he has moments where, right, on his day he's world class, but he's an average bang striker. You see, in the summer, clubs weren't obviously going after Aubameyang. You've seen it this season that lots of clubs weren't going for him because of his age.
Yeah, all right. So I understand what you're saying. But for me, I have no problem with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And what I do know, as a striker, as someone who plays as a striker, what I see things quite differently from other people. Because as a striker, I know there are certain criteria in a game that you need to finish your meal when you get it. What I saw was Aubameyang getting in good position. So those opportunities that he threw away, those are disappointing. But what encourages me is that he's getting it in those positions. He's bringing the ball to those positions. It's just not him not getting off the right play to score those goals. So I'm convinced with the movement, which is telling me that the time will come where he will be putting away away those. And it impresses me that he consistently get in those positions to get those opportunities. So I'm not worried about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang per se, because I know Lacazette is not getting into those positions because Lacazette spent too many time coming so deep to retrieve the ball, trying to link up that it does it well, and it brings something to the team. But at the end of the day, the important thing is for you as a striker to put the ball in the back of the net per se. So I'm going to attack the next question is the next comment is I would go 3-4-1-2, and I will attest to that I cannot go that direction because Mikel Arteta has solely moved away from using back three to the back four, and he wants to build for the future. If we're to flip flop and going from back three to back four consistently on a week in, week out basis, that is sending a bad message to the defenders here, to your defenders that I don't trust you, I don't believe that you can do the job. And to be fair, these defenders have been doing a great job so far. I think the midfielders are the ones who have been failing them. Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos were causing the leakage. It's not on the defensive fault. If you check out most of the goals that we have conceded, they're not likely coming from the defensive error, more so from errors from the midfielders, even though they would call it defensive errors, but there are errors coming from the midfield areas. The Granit Xhaka, the Dani Ceballos doing bad, mad, crazy things. But I do understand. Let me run back through some more of the comments. Osem OR said, "Hi, what's up, military? Big up Osem OR." Delano said, "Don't trust the stats. Villa did the double over us. Don't trust the stats. Villa did the double over us." And yes, I agree. That is so true. Delano said, "Wenger is a coward. He wouldn't drop Abba." All right. So this that he said right there, Delano, that I take really seriously. And let me tell you why I take it seriously. Because I believe what you said. Wenger had an attachment to his players. Because of that attachment to his players, he don't want to make the crucial decision in the most important time. So we have the likes of Alexis Sanchez, who should have been sold when the time was right. Mesut Ozil, who should have been sold when the time is right. Use that money to reinvest in the squad to build a better squad, because we as Arsenal fans, we believe that if our best players has moved on, we can't replace them. It's not always about replacing player like for like. It's about replacing player with the quality that you want to facilitate moving forward. So let me give you a perfect example. Chelsea Football Club, yes, they might miss Hazard, but when they replace Hazard, they reinvest that money. They brought in, we might say there are flops for now, but we know the quality that they have coming, moving on to the future. The Werner, they purchased Werner, Pulisic, Kai Havertz, also Ziyech. These are quality players that they use. It definitely has to do with replacing players who are good, who can bring the club forward. Now, this is what happened. Like a club like Chelsea, even if one manager fails, another manager can come exactly in that position and replace and just implement his system, because guess what? The quality is already there. Because the quality is there, it is so easy for another manager to come in and just implement a system. If one manager is not getting it right, for example, like Lampard, he failed to implement a proper system to get the best out of the players. This is what Thomas Tuchel came in and did. He implemented a system to get the best out of those players, because the players already had the quality. The quality players are already there. But in some cases, for example, like an Arsenal, when we lose our best players, the gap between our best players and our weaker players is so big that when a different manager comes in, he has so much work to do on the previous players that are not good enough. This is what Wenger did. A player like what's the guy name who went to Nottingham Forest, the right back. That right back, they call him Mr. Arsenal. That is it. He's Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. Jenkinson is not good enough. How is it that Jenkinson is in Arsenal football team for so many years because of how because of we think that he's good enough or he's an Arsenal fan. We can't use sentiment. We cannot use sentiment to run a club. At the end of the day, it's a results-based game. It is also a big game, a big money game. So you have to use your resources properly. You have to facilitate your resources to get the best result. So Arsene Wenger, that is one thing I really throw on Arsene Wenger's back. He got too close and personal with these players. He got so close with these players, he didn't know when to cut tie. And that caused a problem. So definitely I'll just here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys the league table and see and show and employ it and show you guys what is happening in regards to the league table, how it is structured. Because earlier we discussed that West Ham actually 3 points behind of Chelsea. Or what is happening right here? West Ham actually 3 points behind of Chelsea, which means that if they should win Arsenal, they would go level in points with Chelsea. But guess what? As an Arsenal fan, I don't think that is something that we can accept. We can't accept that. We can't allow that. These players cannot allow it. All right, so let me run through again. Big up Alex. Arsenal Alex is in the chat. Big up, bro. Thank you for joining the chat. Arsenal Alex said Jenkinson is a better baller than Hector Bellerin. Jenkinson is a better. Jenkinson is wash, but we know Hector Bellerin is not good, but Jenkinson is really washed. Or what do you think about that, Luca?
What with Carl Jenkinson? I think what Arsenal Alex said about Carl Jenkinson and Hector Bellerin, right? I think Bellerin is slightly better than Jenkinson, but I would rather have Jenkinson in the team because at least he actually shows a bit of passion. He actually, like, I remember there was a picture one time when Jenkinson was at the club. He had the whole Arsenal bed cover. He had Arsenal wallpaper, everything like that. And that goes to show that he actually is a proper loyal Arsenal fan. Yes, he wasn't good enough to play for Arsenal, but I do think Hector Bellerin is a better footballer than Carl Jenkinson. But right now, at this moment of time, I would give Jenkinson another chance than Hector Bellerin because at least Jenkinson's obviously actually cares about the club and he's actually a proper Arsenal fan, whereas Bellerin, he ain't good enough at the end of the day. What does Hector Bellerin do? He looks completely lost. He doesn't do anything. He feels like he's like Mikel Arteta's puppet, in my opinion. Plays him quite a lot, and that goes to show that I would rather have Jenkinson over Hector Bellerin because Jenko actually knows what the club is about.
Right. Yeah, that is true. All right, so look at this. Jenkinson is getting benched right now at the Championship club. Jenkinson. Hector Bellerin is linked with Barcelona. Hector Bellerin is linked with PSG. We might not think he's good enough for us, but the pedigree has to speak as a care for some has to bring forward some level of understanding or belief that this player has something about him. He might not be what we want. This is the reason why Hector Bellerin is not good enough for Arsenal. Let me explain to you guys. Most people don't know that attacking wise, Hector Bellerin is a better player attacking wise than a lot of right backs. We might not agree, but he is. The thing is, Hector Bellerin is not suited for a team who is going to be under so much pressure. He's not because he's not defensively good. For example, like Trent Arnold. Trent Arnold looks so washed right now because he's under a lot of pressure. Because Liverpool are now coming under consistent pressure. So he looks a bit more washed. So he's definitely he's a way better player than Jenkinson. And I would never say that. So let me run through some more of the comments before I go and attack the league table. Arsenal says going for a 2-1 to us. N5 said, big up N5 for jumping in the chat, bro. Big up, really respect. Jenkinson sits on the bench for a championship team, exactly as I said. Big up KP, big up, bro. Respect that. Glad that you guys are here. Ashton as well in the chat as well. It's the look name, bro. KP said, just Jan, why are we talking about Jenkinson? With someone made a comparison with Jenkinson and Hector Bellerin. So that is the reason why We did it. Definitely, I will be on a show Sunday night, bro. Just please, after the game, remind me. Remember that I'll be doing a watch along, so remind me after the game. Big up, Sharma. Big up, bro. Big up for joining again. It's Paul, actually. Big up, bro. Empire said Bellerin will flop at PSG and Barca, etc., etc. Yeah, we can say that. Yes, we can agree on that. So let me get onto the league table, guys, and let me show you what is happening on the league table. Whoa, 30 minutes, so quick. That was really, really quick. So West Ham sits on 5th position on the table. They're on 48 points, which is literally 7 points in front of us. So it is crucial that we win this game. Winning this game will bring us 4 points behind of them. But the thing is, they have a lot to play for moving into the top 4 position, because if they should win this game, they would go on level on points with Liverpool, with Chelsea Football Club. Only goal difference will be separating both them and Chelsea Football Club. Now, Leicester City is way ahead. Definitely can see Leicester City on 56 points. But the good thing about it is that we have, Liverpool are 46 points. We have a game in hand over Liverpool. That is something positive to think about, because if we should win both games, at some point in time, we'll be ahead of them. At some point in time. Aston Villa is right in front of us. They have been in front of us for so long. For the longest while, Aston Villa has been so in front of us. But I think Aston Villa have taken on Tottenham this weekend. Hopefully, let me see. Aston Villa can do one. I don't care. Well, let's not worry about that. Paul said I would bench Abba. KP said we cannot bench Abba because he will start crying. Why bench your best player? I don't see why would you bench your best player. I'm going to go into the starting lineup now, my predicted starting lineup, because we saw Martinelli come on. As you guys know, Martinelli came on, and guess what? He looked really, really sharp. He looked spicy. He looked like he wants something out of the game. Immediately he sets up Aubameyang for one. Aubameyang back heel it inside of the goal. Well, the keeper saves it, but he looks really, really sharp. He looks ready. He looks hungry, and that is the intent. That is what we want from our star player, Martinelli, our future. What do you think about Martinelli cameo, Lucas Live? And let me tell
you know what, right? And I said this on my channel earlier today. I think with Martinelli, right, I like Aubameyang, right? I obviously sometimes criticise with Aubameyang, and I hope people do listen to this. And here's a question I want to ask people in the chat: would you actually start Martinelli over Aubameyang on Sunday? Because Aubameyang, after what he did on Sunday against Tottenham last week, actually being late and then obviously missing those chances, if something like that happens again, then you've got to drop Aubameyang, because Martinelli coming in, I think maybe Martinelli's going to be the future. I think he's going to be the main man. He's going to be starting scoring goals, and clubs are going to be looking after him. But I think Martinelli should start on Sunday against West Ham, because I still think we should start Aubameyang, in my opinion. But you saw it yesterday that Martinelli and Aubameyang have that link up, and Martinelli was obviously linking up all around the pitch, trying to find the pass to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang was having hat-forward chances. He's just had a dead game, in my opinion. I think we should start Martinelli on Sunday. I think he deserves to start. He goes in the team for me. But who's going to come? Who's actually going to come in? Who's actually going to replace? Who's actually going to come in and actually replace Martinelli?
Yeah, we'll be running through the starting lineup now. We just have a guest on our show. What's up, bro? Guna talk. Gunasal, where are you? Is he on mute?
I don't know. He must have something wrong with his mic.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he left the chat. Okay, so definitely what I'll be going into now, the starting lineup. I'll be going into the starting lineup. All right, so let me run through some more of the comments. In the meantime, let's give Martinelli some minutes. Yes, I agree. The good thing about it that we saw him the right time, and he looks really, really impressive in my point of view. I like the way he looks. He look hungry. The desires there, the fires there that we know Martinelli has, the hunger, as I said before. Those are the criteria that we need from a striker, from someone who wants to get something out of the game. And I love what I saw. So Ashan said, learn through again. If you take one person from West Ham for Arsenal, who would it be?
Sorry,
who do you take?
Suchek, because I think
Suchek?
he's Suchek from West Ham, the midfielder, because he's actually been scoring goals this season. He's actually been doing a job this season, and I think he's actually been really had a good solid season in my opinion. I don't think he's actually been like spectacular amazing, but
Yeah.
I think he's actually had quite a decent season, and he's a midfielder I would like to have a look at, like more creative. And if we're not going to get someone like Bazuma from Brighton or Bendaya from Norwich, I'd maybe look at someone like Suchek, because I think he's a quality player in my opinion. I think David Moyes has got the best out of him. So we need a midfielder like that. We're crying out for someone like alongside Thomas Partey, because Partey and Xhaka is the best partnership. People could say that Mohamed El-Neni and Partey is the best partnership because El-Neni doesn't actually make much mistakes than Granit Xhaka. I get that.
Yeah, that is true. He's really, really clean. I saw. I think it was last week. I saw statistics like it's called like pressure map. They have something called pressure map. Like how can a player retain possession under pressure? How many times a player comes under pressure? And more El-Neni his stats is really high. It's almost as high as Thomas Partey one. Even Dennis Abaya's stats actually higher than Granit Xhaka's one as well. But it goes to show the benchmark. If we should get another player similar to the ilk of Thomas Partey, it can definitely show how far or the push that would definitely give us. Where else should I say? Let me run through some more of the comments. I would take Declan Rice. He's the person that I would take. He's our best player. Yes, that's Abba. Delano said Martinelli would not start. Free Martinelli. You can't say that. Anything is likely to happen in the world of football. Anything is likely to happen. KP said that Martinelli was sharp and his trim was sharp as well. Yes, he went. I think he came to my barber. I think Martinelli visit my barber. So you see that short? You see that trim, guys? O'Connor, big up. Thank you for joining. Delano, KP, look at my trim. I think Martinelli visited my barber. And you got the clean cut, the Jamaican clean cut. But big up, guys. Thank you guys for jumping in. Delano said he should be starting. Conor O'Connor, big up. Conor O'Connor is actually moderator for the Wax Online channel. Great channel, big channel as well, bigger than mine as well. But Conor show me a lot of support. Big up O'Connor, big up OC. Thank you very much for the support. Absolutely, I would. And I was stripping him off the captaincy. Oh, come on, come on, bro, come on. I understand what you're saying, but in that kind of bit overboard, O'Connor. KP said I would take Rice. Definitely, that is the same person I would take. Come on. Declan Rice is a baller. Declan Rice is a baller. Delano said to Carney, I make you correct. You shouldn't be the captain. You shouldn't be the captain. All right. Sentiment FC, big up, bro. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Well, Sentiment FC said, don't need rice. I got a jollof. What is that? Bowl of rice at home. A bowl of rice at home. All right. So Paul said, my trim is worse than a headless chicken. Well done. So official game said, yeah, it's hard one. It's hard. I signed him on football.
I don't rate Declan Rice.
You don't rate Declan Rice? Really? Okay, so this is the reason why I rate Declan
No,
Rice.
I don't think so. I think he's overhyped up.
Actually higher than Thomas Partey. Well, he played more minutes, so he actually gonna have. I think in the pressure map you had Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Ndidi. Where's that? There's a guy at Fulham. There's a player at Fulham. My word, he was actually higher than everyone else. He was actually one of the highest in the league actually. And then you have the other Premier League players overseas, but he was really high, which goes to tell that you have quality players in the league that are doing their job really well. Let me run through some more of the comments before I go to the starting lineup. I know I don't want you guys to kill me. I know I have such a vile chat box whenever I don't answer their comments. So I have to be engaged with them. I would be devastated if KT is not our future captain. He is. It is. Come on, we already know. It's between KT Saka, KT Saka and who else? Let me see. Martinelli, maybe someone who can get the players going. Big up Barnett for jumping the chat, bro. First I'm seeing you, so I give you the military salute. Thank you for joining to the chat. Guys, big him up, new person in the chat box. Big him up, people. Give him a thumbs up. So okay, so he said my lineup is Leno, Tierney, Mari, Louise, Cedric, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Laka, Saka. Very strong lineup, I agree. But the problem is, remember now, Martinelli is coming back into the team, and one of the reasons why I wouldn't start Martinelli is because of West Ham defenders. These guys are like some Vikings. They're very, very big and they're dangerous. They will lick Martinelli out of the field. But I think Martinelli can hold his own. O'Connor said no late 3 times. On a derby day, cheers Delano, Tierney or Lewis as captain for me. A lot of us don't like Lewis, to be fair. And Lewis is actually one of the better captains in the team.
He is.
And let me tell you guys, you might disagree with me when I say this person. You might not like the person, but Granit Xhaka, David Lewis, these guys are the 2 best captains in the team. Then Kieran Tierney. These guys are natural born leaders, and we can't disagree. Well, we can disagree based on how you think or feel about the player. But we have to accept that, put aside our feelings, what we feel and what we think about the player. But we have to realize true captaincy, true potential, which lays along with David Lewis and Granit Xhaka. These guys have been captain for previous clubs, captain for country, so you have to pay respect for that. Official game said, why don't you rate him? Who did I say? Oh, Luca, he said, why don't you rate Declan Rice?
You know why? Because the reason why I don't rate Declan Rice. So thank you very much for who actually commented on that. Big shout out to you, whoever said that. No, I just think people are overhyped up about it. Like people saying, oh, he's worth 60, 70, 80 million pounds. I'm not really. Yeah, he's an all right player. He's a good player. Yes, he's better than Granit Xhaka. He's an England international. And English players, right? They're over expensive. Right, so I don't think he won't fit into Arsenal's team. Yes, he would be actually a better upgrade than Granit Xhaka. I get that. Anyone's better.
Massive upgrade.
Anyone's better than Granit Xhaka. But the thing is, it's true, isn't it? It's true. But Declan Rice, I just think he's overhyped up. That's why I don't rate him in my team.
Yeah. Delano said I don't really rate him, to be fair, because he's English, so he's overhyped. Oh yes, this is the name that I was searching for. Anguissa. This is the name that was up there. I'm telling my word, his numbers were phenomenal. That is the reason why Fulham is actually playing so good. And no people don't. There are a few teams in the Premier League that are playing really, really well. Their underlying metrics are really, really good, but the results are not going in their favor. These 2 teams are Brighton and Fulham. They are playing so really, really good football, especially Brighton. Beautiful football, on the eyes, eye-catching football. They don't have someone who can score a goal. Good. Anguissa agrees, says that's him. Something Paul said that Leno at center. well, listen to this. Leno at central midfield, Abba at left back, and Saka in the goal. Okay, Paul. Tell me something, Paul. I want you to answer this. Whatever you're drinking, please tell me the name of it. It sounds fantastic. I assume it is fantastic. Give me some of that, and I can stay home and have a good drink of it. I would say home and have a good drink of it. Oh my word, the comments are coming so hard. Ashan said military. Gianluca, if Guendouzi, Torreira, and Ceballos leave, what? Guendouzi and military and Luca. If Guendouzi, Torreira, and Ceballos leave, what type of midfielder would you get to replace him? So that
for me, if Guendouzi and Torreira and Ceballos leave, before I will say my replacement who I like to bring in, I want to touch on Guendouzi, right? And thanks for the comment, by the way, Ashton. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. But no, Guendouzi, people get overhyped up over Guendouzi, right? Yes, he's a very, very young gem. Yes, he's a very young midfielder, and he has a very, very good prospects, and he's a good future. But the thing is with Guendouzi, I think he has a bad attitude, in my opinion. I just don't think he's not good enough at the end of the day. And people could say, our fan base, people can say that, oh, yeah, Guendouzi's a good player. Yeah. People might say, oh, we haven't tried Guendouzi alongside Thomas Partey, because when Guendouzi went out on loan, Partey wasn't at the club then. So for me, I don't rate Guendouzi because I think he doesn't release the ball quick enough. I think he hesitates. I think he's a bit of a drama queen. He always falls on the floor. I just don't think. It's just his attitude kind of puts me off. But Torreira, in my opinion, I liked when Torreira came in. I thought Torreira would have been the next Kante, in my opinion. But Torreira, I liked him when he first came in. He had a good start that reign when we had that 22-game unbeaten run with Unai Emery. But no, I just don't think things haven't worked out for Torreira. I think he feels a bit homesick. So Torreira, I just think bin in. That's why we brought Partey in. Ceballos, I never rated Ceballos. I don't think he ain't good enough. He just needs to go and play for a mid-table team in Spain. Go back to Real Betis, go back to Real Madrid. And I don't even think he ain't going to get into the Real Madrid team. But who will I replace? We need 2 midfielders in the summer alongside Thomas Partey. We need to get rid of Granit Xhaka. I don't think he ain't good enough. People can say, oh, he's good as a backup. Then, the only way I would keep him is keep him as a backup. And the thing is, in the summer, I like to bring Bazuma from Brighton. I think he's an upgrade. I think he's Premier League proven. I think he'd be a perfect placement for alongside Thomas Partey. But Arsenal never go for experienced players in the Premier League. And the Norwich lad from Grenada, whatever his name is. I'll go. Those are the 2 players I like to sign in the summer. I think those 2 would actually really, really push our team forward because we've lacked creativity this season, and that's why Arsenal have been so inconsistent this season.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really agree. I really agree with you. And if we can't get Bissouma, because I think Bissouma price, his stock will be really, really high, we can go out and get Frank Kessié from AC Milan. That guy is a baller. Let me run through some more. Yeah.
I'm not sure about Frank Kessié.
he was balling yesterday. So Barnett said Rice is overrated to me. I agree with you. Don't forget Suchek. Yeah, that's what Lucas said. Official game said he agrees with you, Luca.
Yeah.
Ashton said Arsenal are getting linked with every young French centre back, not named Saliba, just paper talk. Louis new contract. I think Louis, if it's a new contract, I think Louis will be a part of it.
I think Louis will sign a new contract. I think he'll be a player. I think he wants to finish his career at Arsenal because he did come out and say last summer that he wants to finish his career at Benfica. But David Luiz, probably like what you just touched on, Military Guna, I think David Luiz will end up signing like a 1-year contract, have a player coach and all that stuff. And yes, there's been talks like legends might come back at the club, like Dennis Bergkamp wants to come back to the club. He wants to be part of the coaching staff, which is quite good.
Yeah.
So it's nice to bring that little old school back to Arsenal Football Club. But with David Luiz signing that new contract, I wouldn't mind having him as a coach and staff.
Yeah,
but not as a player, man.
What I'm looking at is even if David Luiz resign a new contract, I'm going to be realistic here. I'm going to look on it on a different perspective. And most of my viewers, they know that I don't look on football just one side of things. We know we all don't like David Luiz and things, but our defender. This is our defense, right? I'm going to take out David Luiz out of it. We have Saliba, Holding, Mari, and Gabriel. Mari is 26. Saliba is 19. Holding is 24, 25. And Gabriel is 23. That's a young defense. Very, very young defense. Yes, we would want to see that defense progress moving forward. But in your defense line, all those winning, successful teams, you always have a solid senior defender, even if that person is not starting in the backroom staff, in the training camp. They're always there to guide the younger ones. Say, okay, I understand that you want to do this, you want to do that. That is the purpose of having these senior experienced defenders. They can solve problems. We might not like David Luiz, but he can solve problems. He can understand when the game is changing, when the change trajectory of the game as well. So we have to respect him as well. So let me run through some of the comments. The comments are coming fast. And guess what the thing about the guys? I have to do the watch along, so I can't spend the entire time here. The watch along is in the next 40 minutes. So I can't spend all my time right here, guys, doing the preview. And almost a hour, and I expected to finish this within like half an hour's time. But that is how it is sometimes. Barney said, big up from Jamaica, 15 years old, and I have been an Arsenal fan from '09. Great of you, and I'm surprised that you choose Arsenal at that particular time, because at that time we weren't reigning. So I'm surprised what could really lead you to becoming an Arsenal fan, Barnett. I thank you for the support. Thank you for coming on to my channel, bro. Look, you're gonna be available for the watch along, or you have things to do? You'll be available. Okay, so I'll send the link as well. We can chat throughout the game. So big up Barnett for the comment as well. And Delana said, nah, KT is a born leader. This guy also second most decorated player in the team, and the first most decorated player in the team is none other than David Luiz himself. So we have to respect that as well. And Delana said, Paul took the vaccine. It seems that definitely. Paul said, bro, I'm 15, I can't drink. No, you took the vaccine then. That means something is wrong. OC said, just listen to the bench mic of Fear in the shouting tactics. Can't hear Xhaka say anything. No, you won't hear Xhaka, but definitely I can tell you. We don't like Xhaka, but I can tell you one thing. If you want to hear Xhaka speak, listen to the games without the fan noise. You will hear Xhaka and David Luiz mouth throughout the entire game. You will hear both of them mouth throughout the entire game. That is Kieran Tierney mouth speak as well. But most of the time throughout the entire game, you're going to hear Xhaka and David Luiz. These guys shout consistently. Let me run through some more of the comments. My word. Guys, you're killing me. Love when Torreira scores his first goal against Spurs. Yes, I remember that clearly. Okay, so guys, I'm going to run through the starting lineup. You guys are killing me with the comments. So guys, do you agree? Leno in goal. Leno in goal. Do you guys agree?
I go with Leno in goal.
Okay, so at right back.
Yeah.
At the right back position, we have
Cedric
Suarez. You agree with that as well, right?
Yeah, Cedric all day long. Bellerin scrap.
So, Cedric Suarez for a right back position. I'm not seeing him. What the heck? What does that mean?
Do not know what that means.
I just found what the situation was. Good. Cedric Suarez at right back, people. I think everyone agrees with that. Definitely, everyone agrees with that. Centre back pair at left centre back.
David Luiz and Gabriel.
David Luiz and Gabriel. So we see that Mikel Arteta is working with a winning formula, and you know they say you don't change a winning formula, right?
No, you don't. You don't change a winning team. Gabriel's on good form. Yes, I do think it was his fault on the Olympiacos goal yesterday.
Yeah,
but he's still on good form. He scored a very important goal against Benfica, so
he's
been in great form. Vital important header. That header felt like it. That header reminds me of like when Chelsea won the Europa League in 2013. Ivanovic scored that header in the last minute against Benfica in the final. So that kind of reminds me of that header, and I haven't seen a header like that for a very, very long time. And that's probably got to go on. No, that's what I like about headers, when they score, like they put their head in it and put so much power into it and pull it back in. So no, I'll go with Gabriel and David Luiz.
Okay, so look at what Paul said. Look who Paul wants to play at right back. Come on, Paul. The vaccine is getting to your head, right? Lacazette at right back. If Lacazette can't run to score a goal, how would Lacazette run to defend the goal? When Lacazette moves off, you can see that Lacazette's legs are so heavy. Like the jersey, it seems as if his jersey, his gears are pulling him down. All right, so in midfield, we have to go with Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. This is going to be a physical.
Yeah, you've got to go with Granit Xhaka and Partey. Like everyone has their touch of opinion with Mohamed Elneny and Partey, right? And I've been on everyone's channels before. I've been on SVD's channel, and he said that Partey and Mohamed Elneny seems to be the best partnership, because I understand everyone has entitled to their opinion, right? Because
that is true. That's
Mohamed El Neni doesn't make quite a lot of mistakes compared to Granit Xhaka, and I know a lot of people would prefer El Neni over Xhaka. So would I. Look, I don't think El Neni's not a bad footballer, but I don't rate both of them. But if you have to go with your best team, and for me, I would go with Xhaka and Thomas Partey. I just think Xhaka's one of those players. He's mobile in midfield. I feel like he pushes forward a little bit, and he has games where he's been good. And Granit Xhaka can't go 5 games in a row, like what you touched on on my channel earlier today this afternoon. Granit Xhaka cannot play 5 games like he could play 5 games, but Xhaka cannot have like 5 consistent performances.
Consecutive games.
Enough.
Yeah. So that's it. Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey in our midfield.
Odegaard
in central attacking midfield area. You can see that when Odegaard and Thomas Partey came on in the Europa League game, you saw that we got a control of the midfield. We started to dominate possession a bit more, so we have a bit more sense into what we were doing. On the right hand side himself, you don't know, the maverick, the maestro, the man with all the skills. I think you all should know that man himself.
Nicholas
The
Pepe.
man with all the skills. First thing first, let me put out this disclaimer. Saka is injured. We need him to get fully fitness before bringing him back into the team. So definitely, that's the disclaimer. Nicolas Pepe on the right hand side is a must. What do you guys think?
To me, I would start Nicolas Pepe, and I said this. I was speaking to an Olympiacos fan on my stream today at 12 o'clock while I was doing the Europa League draw reaction, and the thing is, Pepe actually started playing. He played all right last night against Olympiacos. No. The thing is, right, he actually caused Olympiacos quite a lot of problems and that, and Pepe's actually been all right. And yes, I know he doesn't get a lot of games. 1 minute he starts, 1 minute Arteta benches him. And what frustrates me about Arteta is that when this guy is on good form, I think Pepe's best game quite recently. I'm not sure what's his best game this season, but recently in the last few games, Leicester has to be his best performance away from home.
That is true. I agree.
He was absolutely brilliant in that game, and he caused Leicester. And Leicester had injuries in that game. They had no James Maddison. They had quite a few players. Harvey Barnes got injured. And we stopped Vardy that day at the time, and we won away at Leicester for the first time.
You remember the Burnley game when he came on? He had the left back on toes, and then he won the penalty, but it was not given. When he went inside the 18-yard box, they were terrified of him. So definitely, I have to go with Nicolas Pepe, and I agree with that. Okay, look at this comment. Play like a plays like a 50-year-old immediately after the 70 minutes. He can't move any faster. Big up Moby Aguna. Big up, bro. Big up. I'm happy to see you in the chat.
Long time no see. It's a long time. Long time I've not seen him, man. It's a long time I've not seen it. I know him. I know who that is. It's a long time
he
I've
said,
not seen him for ages.
My boys, big up, but never mention Xhaka and mobile in the same sentence. I think you did that, Luca. You mentioned Xhaka and mobility in the same sentence.
Yeah.
You have to, when you're saying Xhaka, you stop, ensure that there's a full stop, then start a different sentence, then you put mobile in it. I said to the previous person I'm talking about in the other sentence. That is how you have to structure a sentence. All right, so Moby Aguna said Saka right, Pepe left, about from the front tree. All right, so understand what I'm saying, Moby Aguna, but Saka is out. We'll have to give Saka the proper rest and let him get back to his 100% that we love and know that he can reach. Great comment though. Moby Aguna said, big up Luca. All right. So on the right hand, on the left hand side, we have Croy De Bruyne.
Smith Rowe. You going
Smith Rowe?
Smith
Rowe.
Wow. How do you feel Smith Rowe's actually performed quite recently? Do you think he's been all right? So
all right, so for every game he provides a different outlet. One of the things that I realized about him is very, very intelligent. He's an intelligent player. So for every game, he provides a different outlet. So the game in which it requires him to be a bit more explosive, like exploding those particular areas of the field, he does that. Yeah. But the game that requires him to be a bit more silent and keep the game ticking, that is what he does as well. So he's a very intelligent player. That is the reason why they are using him as speaking about him in the ilk of maybe a Nasri, a De Bruyne, or a Bernardo Silva, no, a David Silva, I should say. He's that mold of player. Very, very smart, very, very intelligent. But the problem is now, will Mikel Arteta go with Smith Rowe or Willian? Because we know Smith Rowe has been playing a lot of games. Willian is not in that bad form. Willian has not become acceptable to Arsenal fans. He's not the worst player anymore. We are not accepting him just slightly. Remember, it's the same way we took a while to accept David Luiz, but guess what? We're not accepting Willian just slightly-ish. We're accepting Willian, but we have no accepting that he's a part of the family. He has been delivering in recent time, but we accept him. So what do you think? Do you think Mikel Arteta will go with Smith Rowe or he will go with Willian?
I think he's going to go with Willian because I feel Willian, like, I did a predicting lineup and in my team, and I was supposed to get a West Ham fan, but he didn't come on, but it was on Steven's channel, and so, but never mind about that. But no, I like to see Smith Rowe start, but I think he's going to go with Willian because of experience, and I think Willian. Do you think Willian's actually been all right quite recently? Do you think? Because
first of all, I would say for disclaimer, he's not been playing the best football possible out there that can be played. But what I do know is that he's bringing forward the numbers. And in football, numbers are critical. The numbers are really, really important. If you should take away numbers from anyone, you're basically taking away their ability. So, for example, let's say Leonard made 10 shots, 10 saves in a game. People might say he didn't perform good because take away those 10 opportunities. We can't do that. We cannot do that because numbers are really, really important. So, guys, tell me, who would you start up front?
Guys, who would you start? Me.
Who would you start up front, people? Who would you start up front?
Aubameyang.
People, put it in the comments. Who would you start?
Aubameyang. If he doesn't start, Martinelli.
If he doesn't start, Martinelli.
Aubameyang.
I am going with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I think this is a good game for Abba because West Ham will be coming at us and they will be open. And this is a good opportunity for a player like such as Odegaard to slide those incisive passes in those small, tight areas and pull apart the West Ham defense. So this is a very, very good game for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to play in. So my other stream, my watch along, is slated to start in the next hour. The next 10 minutes. 5 minutes or so. So basically, I am running on close timings, and the game is actually soon start as well. I should have set the watch along for about like 3 o'clock. But definitely, guys, thank you very much. Run through this comment. I can't go through so many comments. Definitely. Let me run through. Mobi Aguna said Willian is at left wing. It is then. He will be rested. I agree. Pepe has been playing good defensively. Good. That is something that Pepe has really worked on. Increases defensive awareness as well. And that is something that Mikel Arteta wanted. Oh, good. I don't have to leave the stream now. I'm going to edit it and push back the time a bit further to 3 o'clock. Okay. So I have a bit more time on this one. So let me run through the comments now. I'm going to close the screen. All right, so Smith Rowe said, KP said Smith Rowe looked tired against Olympiacos, so I am not sure. Definitely, he looked a bit drainy and
he looked a bit tired.
He
like he's had all these injuries and he's just recently come back from injury, and we have to be careful and cautious with the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka because I don't know how long Saka's out for. I heard it was a couple of weeks, but I think he's in the national team. So hopefully it's not too bad. So if he's
hopefully he doesn't play. Hopefully he doesn't play. I don't want him to play, honestly. To be fair, I don't want him to play.
Because what frustrates me about international break, and we don't even need an international break because the World Cup qualifiers is not till next year. So
and the thing we're still not sure. Next year is actually the World Cup. Next year is the World Cup. It's 2022. This year's World Cup qualifiers, yeah. Moby Aguna said Smith Rowe has been a hella good man. Iman Tierney building something special on the left. And let me tell you this. The best partner for Kieran Tierney is actually Martinelli. He's the best partner for Kieran Tierney. Can you imagine? I want you guys to cast your mind back to when Kieran Tierney used to whip in those crosses for Martinelli. My word, those beautiful not nicked in, but it was marvelous. It was really, really good. Look at this now. All those crosses that we played. I think we played against Burnley and we crossed like about 33 balls. Aubameyang didn't head one. Lacazette didn't get himself on one of them. Can you imagine Martinelli inside of the 18-yard box with so many crosses coming in? I can guarantee you Martinelli will be wetting his lips on a few of those crosses. Paul said 90 plus 7 minutes. Lingard pen. That was come on. I didn't even remember Lingard. Lingard has been in fine form since of recently. Come on, Paul. Why are you doing that? Paul, are you here to break our art? People in the chat, Paul is here to break all of us art. Let's attack him. Let's all attack him. No, come on. We're not here for it. KP said, William masterclass for me. IMAX football. Big up, bro. Thank you for hitting in the chat. Big Manchester City fan. Also has a page as well. O'Connor said, Martinelli up front. Barnett said, Abba, Laka, Pepe. We have seen that so many times and it has failed. It has failed in the Arteta system. Kumar, welcome to the chat, bro. You're quite late. Welcome to the chat. Guess what, guys? The stream is already up. The link is already up for the watch along. We are going to move over to the watch along so we can start early so that we can give you the starting lineup and all the fancy shebangs. And let's see, because we have to get over there, guys. Paul said Lingardina. So, guys, I'm moving over to the other stream now, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been a good one. And guess what? I'm moving over to watching long. Thank you, guys. If you're watching on the rewatch, I think you want to miss this part. This is not important. But guess what? Please hit the like button, drop a share, go over to the It's Lucas Live. Hit a like on this channel.
Yeah, make sure.
Great show, great channel, bro. Tell me where else they can link you on.
Okay. Basically, follow me on YouTube. This is Lucas Live, and for those people who've actually commented on in your chats, make sure they subscribe back to me and all that, and I'll subscribe back to them to make sure they're listening to that. Yeah. And we're on the road to 800 subscribers, and can we get to 800 by the end of April? We're sitting on 729. The channel has moved very, very, very fast. And go back and watch my West Ham preview. Go back and watch my other content as well. And follow me on Twitter, Martinelli AFC. And you can put the link in the description below for my Twitter and YouTube feed.
Will do.
And much appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Okay, guys. So you hear the channels where you can go on and find. That's It's Lucas Live. Martinelli AFC on Twitter. Also, It's Lucas Live on YouTube. Guys, I'm moving over to the next stream now, guys. So please, thank you very much. I really appreciate that the time you guys spent on this one. Hopefully, you can join me next. If you can't, I have no problem with that. But thank you very much, bro. It's Lucas Live. I will send you the link, the direct link.
Yeah, send me the link.
I will also put the link. I think I'm going to put the link in the stream for people to join the chat as well. Thank you, guys. This has been Military Guna TV. And guess what? I am out.